Thanks for watching County Report this week. I'm Susan Kennedy. We start the show with the introduction of a measure that would authorize the county to collect an emergency medical transport fee. County Executive Ike Leggett has requested the council consider implementing the fee as a way to meet current fiscal challenges facing the county. This bill is identical to a measure the council enacted in May of 2010, but was later rejected by voters in a referendum in November of that year.
The question really is, are circumstances so different that we want to revisit the ambulance fee? The county executive has argued, yes, circumstances are different. I don't know how my colleagues will feel with respect to that ultimately. I have not been persuaded of that argument personally, but it will be up to my colleagues to determine whether or not, in light of the voters' action on this, do they believe that circumstances have so changed that it warrants revisiting it. We'll find out in a couple of weeks.
Certainly those who voted against it previously for reasons they felt were controlling, I doubt that they're going to be persuaded that this is an improvement. And for those of us who supported it previously, because we thought it was a very sensible approach to obtaining more resources without affecting taxpayers, the challenge is, of course, the fact that our residents have made a decision once about how this should go. So I think we're going to struggle with this one.
A permanent site has been unveiled to commemorate the courage and sacrifice of public safety personnel in the county. The new memorial to honor the fallen is now located at the entrance of what will be the new public safety headquarters. Lorna Virgili has the story.
This is solemn ground, and for Margaret Shaw and her family, sketching the name of their family member brought back many memories.
He was a great boy. Growing up, he was marvelous with kids, and he was good after he graduated, and he was a super fireman. What more can you say? He gave his life.
I was only 15 at the time when he passed, and it was just very moving today. They did a very good job with it, and just, I'm breaking up now.
Very emotional.
Yes, it is. It is. But they've done a wonderful job here, and it's a very fitting thing for them, for all of them.
Fire Sergeant David Shaw died in the line of duty, as the other 29 public safety officials whose names are now engraved in stone.
This is the most beautiful setting. This is, in fact, solemn ground now. We have the names etched on the side of these walls of men and women who made the ultimate sacrifice and in the service to their community. And so I think it's a real fitting tribute, and it's going to be a wonderful place for family and friends to come and pay tribute for many years to come.
Honoring the fallen officers took place during a moving ceremony where elected officials, police and fire personnel, and family members gathered to pay respect and remember their contributions to the county.
This is absolutely the perfect situation to remember those that have lost their life. And our Service Before Self motto here in Montgomery County is represented here today in the fact that we've never forgotten.
The memorial itself was designed in a circular fashion with 5 granite stones arranged in a star-like pattern, representing each county agency, reflecting the relationship among public service agencies in the county.
It's been more than 75 years since Prohibition was repealed, yet the town of Damascus remains one of the few municipalities in the state that is dry. Now, a new measure that has made it through Annapolis and will appear on the ballot in November might allow folks in Damascus to raise their glasses. Folks in Damascus have voted 4 times in the last 35 years to uphold the prohibition. The last time the community voted was in 1996, and it was only a few hundred votes short of getting the ban lifted. This time it was the work of an Eagle Scout that revived the issue.
We actually gave them some history information, found out the exact history behind it and that it needed to be a referendum, gave that information back to the student. From what we understand, the student transmitted that information to the community. The community then contacted their state representatives and asked for it to be put on the ballot. You want to talk about community in action, this is it right here.
Jay Traverso wants to see the ban lifted for the simple reason of economic development.
Damascus has always had a problem because of the situation with not being able to have alcohol sales here. We can't bring restaurants. Without restaurants, you won't see other stores. When you go into the town area, you'll notice a lot of empty buildings. Other areas would be ideal for redevelopment at this point.
Traverso and others who want to see the ban lifted are getting another chance. A bill that would put the question to voters in November passed both the House and Senate during this year's General Assembly session.
A lot of them get tired of driving elsewhere to have a good meal out with perhaps a white tablecloth restaurant with a glass of wine, light wine, not fortified, and beer, sitting down at the table. About 30 people came to me, we met at their home, and I said yes, I'd put in the bill.
Randy Scritchfield led the repeal the last time it came before the voters in '96. He says there are lots of misconceptions associated with bringing beer and wine to Damascus.
My regret on this issue is that it gets demagogued and misportrayed, and this bill will not allow package stores, it will not allow liquor. It must be beer and wine consumed on the premises when eating food, and I think that's palatable and something that the community is ready for.
But many of the residents in Damascus say they want their community to stay just as it is.
With those things comes industry that will take over the community feel.
We like things just the way they are. Everything's nice and simple. If you want to go for wine or beer or anything, you don't have to go that far. So we're happy with the way things are.
County Executive Ike Leggett and county residents were honored by the government of El Salvador. The Salvadoran ambassador to the United States and the foreign minister recognized the county for its efforts in establishing the Sister City Agreement with the state of Morazan in El Salvador and for the assistance county residents have provided to that country.
To recognize the county and to look at the progress that we've made in our Sister City arrangement with Morazan in El Salvador. The Foreign Secretary wanted to be here to give that recognition along with the ambassador, and so I was here on behalf of the committee, on behalf of our residents to receive it. It's clearly a recognition for what we've done in El Salvador and what we hope to do and to continue to build and to cement that relationship.
As part of that Sister City Agreement, Montgomery County's Habitat for Humanity has committed to building 100 houses in El Salvador. Montgomery is home to approximately 50,000 Salvadorans. As part of his proposed operating budget, County Executive Ike Leggett wants to give one of the county's largest employers, Lockheed Martin, a $900,000 tax break. Mr. Leggett proposed the grant to refund 2 years of hotel-motel taxes that company is paying for its conference center and lodging facility. Council members are split on whether the Lockheed facility should be exempt from the tax.
My personal view is that it should not, that it competes with our hotels who pay the tax, that it advertises its services broadly, and that people pay hundreds of dollars to stay there that are outside of the corporate family. And I believe the tax was created with, and they knew it going forward, that this could be applicable to them. So I personally have not been persuaded. I do want to work with Lockheed Martin. I value Lockheed Martin. They are doing cutting-edge work on energy efficiency. I'd love to partner with them and throw business their way that would be mutually beneficial. To me, that's the way to engage Lockheed Martin and its corporate headquarters here, and to say thank you for being here and to work with them on the issues that we care deeply about, which is energy efficiency and being a green community.
The question of whether their private hotel is a hotel is a question that they should take up with the Department of Finance. The definition of a hotel is spelled out in the county code, and either they meet it or they don't. If they meet it, then they're subject to the tax. If they don't, then they're not. I don't see why a change to law is necessary.
County residents have an upcoming opportunity to speak directly with the county executive and voice their concerns. Mr. Leggett will hold a town hall meeting on Thursday, May 3rd at 7 p.m. at the Friendship Heights Village Center in Chevy Chase. Previous town hall meetings have drawn thousands of residents. The meeting is free and open to all, and it will be videotaped by County Cable Montgomery. When we come back, we'll show you how Montgomery College has been celebrating Arab American Month And the County Council has introduced legislation to recognize another diverse community. We'll tell you which one when we come back.
Get your passport to the Taste of the World in Fenton Village, where you'll sample the foods of more than 15 nationalities along with live entertainment. Long known as the Brooklyn of Montgomery County, the Fenton Village District boasts an amazing array of ethnic dining options located immediately south of the newly revitalized downtown Silver Spring. Take a Sunday afternoon to explore all this eclectic neighborhood has to offer and save yourself the airfare. Taste the World in Fenton Village, May 6th, 1 to 5 p.m.
Welcome back to County Report this week. April is Arab American Heritage Month, and Montgomery College has hosted a series of special events to celebrate the theme. The college's month-long commemoration is designed to encourage discussion and learning and highlight the diverse cultural traditions of the world's 22 Arab countries.
It's Arab American Heritage Month in Montgomery County. Come join Montgomery College in celebrating the great contributions and accomplishments made by those of Arab descent to our community. The college has a month-long calendar filled with events recognizing this rich, important culture, which range from guest speakers to international film screenings. Before a screening on Tuesday, County Executive Isaiah Leggett issued a proclamation recognizing Arab American Heritage Month and congratulating Arab Americans on their achievements within the county.
Whereas Montgomery County continues to benefit from the strength and vitality that individuals and families from diverse backgrounds bring to our community.
I think comparatively Montgomery County is probably more tolerant, but that doesn't say a great deal because there's still improvement for us in Montgomery County. And one way we can reduce that is by having programs here at the college that explains the history, the contributions, and to move away from some of the bigotry that we've seen throughout the world.
We're always delighted to have our county executive here, but when he comes and presents a proclamation, he helps highlight the importance of the event to both the college and the county.
This special month-long celebration also serves as a way to promote the understanding of different cultures throughout Montgomery County.
So it's just about awareness, promoting understanding, about just sitting at a table and talk and see how we are similar more than, really, we are similar than more than we are different.
These events are free and open to the public, so don't miss your chance to be a part of these interesting and informative activities. For more information, visit www.montgomerycollege.edu/AAHM.
Recently, council members approved legislation that amended the county's Days of Commemoration law to include Korean American Day. The bill was sponsored by Councilmember Valerie Irvin, who was joined by members of the county's Korean community and Delegate Susan Lee to celebrate.
Between January the 17th, when it was first introduced, and when we passed the legislation, and now it is law in Montgomery County that we will celebrate and commemorate Korean American Day every single year. All right.
And this bill is wonderful because it highlights the achievements and contributions of our Korean American community to our county. And their contributions have helped make not just our county, but our state a great place to live, work, educate our kids.
Officer Rebecca Innocenti is here from Montgomery County Police, and she has an update for us on a recent fatal accident that took place in Chevy Chase. Officer, what can you tell us about this accident?
Thank you, Susan. On March 23rd at approximately 1 o'clock in the morning, a 2nd District officer observed a vehicle in the area of East-West Highway and Connecticut Avenue. That officer ran the tag of that vehicle via his computer, and his computer indicated to him that that vehicle had been reported as stolen. Before officers attempted to stop the vehicle fled southbound on Connecticut Avenue and crashed at Chevy Chase Circle and Chevy Chase. Police officers were able to rescue the driver and front seat passenger of that vehicle as the vehicle became engulfed in flames. As officers attempted to rescue the 2 backseat passengers, the car became fully engulfed in flames and the officers had to back away. The 2 backseat passengers could not be saved. The driver, who had been rescued in the collision, succumbed to his injuries approximately 5 days later at a local hospital, leaving the front seat passenger as the sole survivor of this collision. On April 3rd, that sole survivor, identified as Rico Richardson, age 18, of Northeast D.C., was charged by Montgomery County police detectives with auto theft in connection with the theft of this vehicle.
Okay, thank you so much. Such a tragic outcome to that situation. Officer Rebecca Innocenti, Montgomery County Police. When we come back, we take you to a chicken race in the Kentlands, and global sustainability takes center stage in one of our learning institutions. We'll be right back. Welcome back to County Report this week. Well, it was a mad chicken race. Hundreds of chicken lovers showed up at a downtown Kentlands parking lot earlier this month, hoping to win free food at Montgomery County's newest Chick-fil-A. MCM Sonia Burke was there for the excitement.
We've been calling it Occupy Chick-fil-A. It's really wild, but I think it's a lot cooler than Occupy.
Hundreds of chicken lovers set up camp in front of Chick-fil-A's newest Montgomery County restaurant in hopes of winning free food for a year. The first 100 adults in line received 52 free meal certificates.
It's absolutely unbelievable. I mean, these people are incredible. They showed up this morning. The policeman this morning told me one showed up at 1 a.m. We had others that here at 3, 5, 5:30. I was expecting 20, 25 people here.
I pretty much just brought my iPhone and a sleeping bag and a pillow.
Two of these campers will never forget how they first met and fell in love.
I met him at my 16th opening. I'm not sure what number his was, but we met at Pasadena, Maryland opening, and so we kind of dated from then on, and he proposed 6 months later.
Her fiancé, Matthew Robinson, has camped out at dozens of similar openings, and he said it's worth it.
But yeah, after a whole day of just relaxing and hanging out with friends, you get paid 52 combo meals. So it's a pretty good deal.
Aaron Black didn't make the first 100, but he's staying the night anyway.
Well, I'm number 102, so I'm one of the alternates.
While the campers hung out playing cornhole and cards, the new franchise's owner led the local high school band over. While some of the campers traveled from out of state for this event, some of the locals said they thought it might just be a fad.
Times have changed, haven't they? You know, to get in line for free food.
One thing we know for sure, none of these campers are going to go home hungry. In fact, many of them are already planning their next Chick-fil-A sleepover. I'm Sonia Burke reporting.
Students at Newport Mill Middle School in Kensington felt they needed a healthy change in their school meals, so they wrote to their Congressman, Chris Van Hollen. Well, recently Mr. Van Hollen decided to forego the written reply and instead made a visit to answer the students directly. Here's the story from Montgomery County Public Schools.
Please give a Tiger Pride welcome to Congressman Van Hollen.
United States Congressman Chris Van Hollen joined the staff and 400 7th and 8th grade students of Newport Mill Middle School on Monday, April 16th for a conversation on the importance of healthy school lunches.
And it's wonderful to be here at Newport Mill Middle School.
Congressman Van Hollen's visit to the students at Newport Mill was a response to several letters that he had received from students in advanced science and U.S. history classes on the issue of healthy school lunches and the need for changes in the law.
You might not think that the federal government is involved in any way with respect to school lunch programs, for example. But the reality is that there are decisions that are made that do affect what you eat every day. We all know that what we eat is important to having a healthy life.
Van Hollen shared with the student body what is being done at all levels of government to improve the quality of school lunches. Several students then had an opportunity to share what they had written in their letters.
To have all the nutrients is great, but having them in the right proportions are two different things.
Van Hollen encouraged the students to continue to speak up on important issues that impact them.
So I want to encourage all of you that you write to your representatives in Montgomery County or Maryland or at the federal government and push for changes that you think need to be made.
Students and staff now hope to see
I want to see healthier lunches. I want to see more fresh foods, less processed, and students making better choices of what they eat.
I really am hoping for them to start eating more fresh, healthy foods, and that is really what I hope to have change for the students.
The staff expressed their appreciation for Congressman Van Hollen's visit and his willingness to hear and respond to the needs of the students.
It was an absolute joy and sheer pleasure to watch the students interacting, seeing government in action where they were engagingly asking our congressman questions about bills and how the bills impact their direct health and reflect on what happens to them in an everyday life.
Montgomery College continues its series of presentations with the global management company Accenture, this time discussing global sustainability.
Experts recently gathered at the Montgomery College Cultural Arts Center to discuss the next generation of sustainability. The global management and consulting company Accenture partnered with Montgomery College to host the event.
My role is actually very local and focused on the local Skills to Succeed impact that we're having in the Metro DC region. And part of that has been with the relationship with Montgomery College, going into some of the classrooms and talking about some of the skills that we know people need to get a job.
We have these, the brilliant eco-entrepreneurs who are coming up with cutting-edge, next-generation technologies and solutions to environmental issues.
NetHope has a number of NGO members. We have 34 international NGOs that have come together in a consortium that is NetHope to do projects together, and it's all technology-focused. And in support of that, we have a number of private sector partners, generally technology companies, that really value the work that we're doing, not only because it's the right thing to do, using technology to solve some really challenging development problems, but also because it's the right thing to do for business.
This event was one in a series of programs put on by the college and Accenture that took place throughout the spring semester.
And now this male dog needs a home. Here's Kathy Stanhope from the Humane Society in our Pet of the Week segment.
Hi, this is Kathy Stanhope with your Pet of the Week at the Montgomery County Humane Society, and this little guy is Dallas. Dallas is a very special little guy because he is a Shiba Inu, very unusual breed, and you can tell by this wonderful curly tail down here. He is very fox-like, but he's very, very sweet. He is a very calm dog. If you're looking for a dog with maybe not a lot of playfulness or a lot of energy, this is a nice dog for you, because while he is alert and very sweet, he doesn't want to be running around all the time, and he's not a big jumper. He is very calm, very well behaved, but very affectionate and really likes people. He loves to be with people, and he really he wants to go home with you, because quite frankly, he doesn't want to be in this cage anymore. He is white, as you can see. He's just a very medium-sized dog, maybe about 30 pounds. You're very easy size to handle. And he's just well-behaved, and he doesn't need any particular training. So if you want kind of a ready-made dog for your family, I think Dallas would be a good one for you to look at. Yes, you're a sweetie, aren't you? Oh, look how pretty. These Shiba Inus always remind me of little foxes, and with his white coloring here, he's just very unusual looking. Now, remember, we have a very special event coming up. We are going to be starting our Mutts and Martinis on May 8th at the Redwood Cafe in Bethesda. So go to our website at mchumane.org to find out more information about it, or go to our website also to see all the other dogs and Dallas to find out what we have for adoption and for fostering. So give us a call for more information too at 240-773-5967. And come on down to the shelter on Rothgeb Drive in Rockville, because you want to meet Dallas and you definitely want to take him home with you, right?
When we come back, we'll tell you where you can buy edible native plants. Stay with us.
MC has received a $30,000 gift from Eagle Bank. The funds will support the Gordon and Marilyn Macklin Business Institute Honors Program and transfer scholarships to the Smith School of Business at the Universities of Shady Grove. Registration for summer and fall semester at MC is underway, and there's still time to sign up for the class you want when you want it. Check out the schedule and register online anytime, 24 hours a day. Starting classes at MC soon, then plan to attend Parent-Student Night Monday, May 7th on the Rockville campus. Get information on enrollment, financial aid, scholarships, student services, counseling, and much more. An admission session in Spanish will also be presented. For more information about the endless possibilities at your community college, visit our website.
Maryland has many native plants, some of which you can actually eat. And Brookside Gardens is launching an inaugural native and edible plant sale on Saturday, May 5th. You'll find a selection of native and edible plants for sale, including unusual and hard-to-find vegetables and herbs, native perennials, shrubs, trees, vines, pollinator host plants, and plants that provide wildlife habitat.
This is a chance to buy rare and unusual, sometimes heirloom vegetable plants, as well as some hard-to-find native plants. You know, native plants are sometimes not available in local garden centers, and you'll be able to find things like pawpaws and white oaks and American hollies and things like that that maybe are not Home Depot items.
For more information, call 301-962-1400 or visit online at brooksidegardens.org. Rockville commemorated Arbor Day at a tree planting ceremony at the site of the new police headquarters. In addition to planting a new tree, the Arbor Day event was also a celebration of the city's 23rd consecutive year as being named a Tree City USA. Councilman Andrews and other elected officials were at the event to wrap up the city's celebration of Earth Month.
Montgomery County as a whole has a very good record of protecting forests and trees, and if you fly above the county, one can see how much of the county remains green and forested, more so than many other areas, and that's important in so many ways. It protects the environment, protects our air, it protects against runoff, and it is also an amenity in the sense that it adds beauty to the community. So trees are an incredible asset and need for us, for all of us.
Erin Willett from Gaithersburg is moving on to the semifinals on the NBC show The Voice after she performed Proud Mary and was saved by Coach Blake Shelton on the April 17th show. Her mother, Mary, could not be more proud. MCM Sonia Burke reports.
Erin Willett grew up in Montgomery County and attended school here at Gaithersburg High School, where she was a cheerleader and where she was voted the class clown. Although she's always been a performer, her daily life has shifted gears now that she's singing on the national stage.
Well, her musical talent definitely comes from her father, which she has said has been her musical inspiration all along.
Growing up in Gaithersburg, 22-year-old Erin listened to all kinds of music, from country to rock and roll to Christian worship, and she sang in the church choir along with her dad.
They played together in the band at St. Raphael's in Rockville, in the youth band, and in fact, after Erin went away to college, Chuck continued to play the guitar for the youth band on Sunday nights, and did almost until the very end of his life.
Watching their daughter sing on The Voice has helped the family through a very tough time.
My husband was incredibly supportive of her, and it really gave him something to look forward to and something to hope for while he was undergoing his own personal struggles.
Her brother is helping promote his sister's performances through the use of social media.
I vote, I tell people to vote. It's kind of crazy seeing her on TV and stuff.
Her best friend Paula could not be prouder.
You can ask anybody. During our viewing parties, I will cry like afterwards. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so proud of her. Just listen to her sing, and then you'll know why you should vote for her.
The Gaithersburg resident has already won the vote of her mayor.
She's truly, in every sense of the word, a local talent.
Win or lose, James says there's no stopping his sister.
Yeah, I mean, even if she doesn't win, you know, she's gonna go places.
I'm Sonia Burke reporting.
Well, that wraps up this edition of County Report This Week. Join us at this time every week for a look at what's going on inside Montgomery County. And if you're social networking, you can like us on Facebook. I'm Susan Kennedy. Thanks for watching.